Everyone, there are not many games about space. The good ones come in even smaller quantity. This one is really special. So today, I'll tell you about one of the coolest space games you can play. I'm CringelordOfDoom, and this video is about Space Rangers, a war apart. Space Rangers is not one genre, it's many things. You probably won't even believe that such game can even exist. If we are to simplify, then we can call this game Space Sandbox. But there's more. It's a turn-based RPG, text-based RPG, real-time strategy, arcade and shooter. This game proves that many genres can work just fine in one game. But let's start from the beginning. Before you go out in the space, you need to create your character. There are 5 races to choose from: Melek, Peleng, Payan, Gal and Human. Each has different portraits. Humans have male and female to choose. Aliens might too, but it's quite hard to distinguish it. Maybe they're even genderless. After you're settled with this one, this is your profession to pick. There are 5 for choice. Both race and profession define base resources, relationship with other races and equipment. There are also first skills to obtain, extra equipment to grab and difficulty to choose. And now you're ready to go. From that point you define what you do and how you live in this universe. Space Rangers give you insane amount of freedom and possibilities to roleplay. You're not bound to anything and can do anything that game allows. So your activities will consist of completing tasks provided by different governments, earning by trade, fighting dominators or pirates, robbing or hunting other ships. Each has its goods and bads, but it's for you to decide what you will be doing. The government tasks are a simple way to get first money and experience. It's quite simple and doesn't require any of the in-game knowledge, except maybe headhunting. Before accepting the task and choosing difficulty, you actually need to think the details through. Will you be able to do hard difficulty in time or not? That's what you need to calculate. You can refuse the job if you're not interested. Some tasks will take form of a text quest. Each is unique, has different mechanics. Some are RPGs, some are economical simulators, some are puzzles and whatnot. Those are like games inside the game. Sometimes governments will ask you to perform on-planet missions. That's when game turns into real-time strategy and a shooter at the same time. Things are pretty clear here. You have a base and resources. You build and command robots. The goal is to capture all enemy bases. You can take control over a robot and manually attack enemies. It's quite useful and helps to minimize damage. Some missions will provide you with just a bit of troops, and you will have to complete different goals set before you. Earning money and doing tasks will help you to get equipment. You can install a lot of tech into your ship and prepare for combat and exploration. Available slots will depend on the hull you have. If some happen to be locked, then you can open them via module upgrades. And you can always get another one. You shouldn't forget to upgrade equipment by making scientists work on them. Some improvements like jump distance can help you a lot. As the time will progress in the game, there will be better available stuff for you to get. Once you're prepared, it's time to get to the fights. The space fights are the main dish in Space Rangers. That is what game is built around, and what you will be getting resources and equipment for. Doing combat activities will require a bit of preparation for doing it comfortably. It's good to have nice equipment and extra cash for repairs. Here you can control your spaceship manually by setting the course and targets to attack. You can do auto fighting to chill as a second option, but it can get you into a nasty situation at times. Some encounters can occur when you don't expect it, or you may be dragged into a fight that is hard or impossible to win. You know, strong opponents or just a whole bunch of them. This is when you need to think everything through again. You always need to remember that escape is always an option. If you see that you're losing, then it's time to flee. To do so, you may want to go to the ship panel and use Afterburner, if it's available on your hull. It will double your speed and help you to get out of trouble. It's also useful when you need to add extra speed, when doing quests of harder difficulty, or for strategic purposes. There are also other ways to escape fights. You can go for a hyperjump to another system, or just land on a planet, wait for a time, and decide what to do later. One of the coolest things of Space Rangers is that the world will live and develop altogether with or without you. When you get to the space, you may be a witness to many random interactions between individuals and factions. Sometimes there will be interventions into the systems. Some will fight, some will flee. The last update of the game has brought new items and new third faction, Pirate Syndicate. It's an alternative to Coalition. You can join them anytime by accepting a special offer on any pirate base. After joining, you can earn pirate ranks and complete special quests as you progress through the ranks. Except that you will eventually stumble upon black holes. That's the time when the game will turn into arcade. Complete the fight and get a reward. You will be teleported to a random system after, including those controlled by Dominators. So the gameplay is pretty diverse, and feels like a whole different game at times. Space Ranger story is conceptually non-standard. Here you write your own story, basing it on the game lore. It's the year 3300. 250 years passed since galactical war with a race called Klisan. Coalition achieved victory in it. Galaxy was at peace for that time. Humanity is one of the races who joined this alliance. Except them, there are other intelligent races: Malaks, Phalanx, Bayans, and Gallians. Suddenly, a new threat emerges in the galaxy: the Dominators, cybernetic life forms who obtained their own intelligence. Their origin lies from fusion of Klisans and dangerous intelligent combat robots, capable of regeneration. Coalition recognized those robots as a threat and decreed to destroy them. However, Malak's race preserved some of them and sent to the remote planet, which was later captured by Klisan. Realizing their mistake, Malak dropped an atomic bomb on the planet. A terrible explosion annihilated both robots and Klisans. However, machines were not destroyed completely. Some modules survived. They merged with Klisan battle modules into a new type of non-biological life: Dominators. Now they are a threat to all living beings. Except them, mysterious pirate created a powerful syndicate from those who chose piracy as their craft. You decided to join ranks of Space Rangers to fight for the future of the galaxy. You have arrived to the Rangers station to receive your first training. Now your story begins. When I said that story here is conceptually non-standard, I meant that game itself gives you a lot of freedom of how you progress through it and what you do. There are certain goals you need to achieve. There's huge variety in how to do a lot of things: brute force, cooperating with others, or ignoring everything and doing your own thing. The story of the game is not exactly big, but there are a lot of small stories and lore behind it, like space quests and text quests. Those are entertaining tales, sometimes filled with jokes and Easter eggs. There is much to read, but those won't let you down. Space Rangers may not be a modern game with advanced engine and assets, but it can still surprise you even now. Yeah, you may look at it now and say that there's nothing outstanding, but that will be a mistake. The game was finished like 23-24 years ago. Later it got an HD update, and a bit of extra stuff like 10 to 13 years ago. The game was really immersive back then, and nothing has changed ever since. If you'll try to get into details, then you'll notice all the flaws, but it will be just from a modern perspective. Everything looks great in Space Rangers. Aliens, ships, planets, images and text quests. On-planet battles do not look too good now, but again, the game is old. Your whole adventure will be accompanied by pretty decent electronic soundtracks. It will set all the mood right. Space Rangers is just something that demonstrates how much effort can be put into one game. Games like this will stay here forever. For starters, it's not a complex game. You will need to explore and experiment here. You can always enjoy the game by playing how it goes, and trying everything at a slow pace. The world of Space Rangers is alive and pretty lively. You're not the only one who can do things in the game. You will see systems being captured and freed, fights being won and lost. Here you're just part of the world. Space Rangers isn't strongly centralized around player, but you remain the main guy. The game gives you a lot of freedom. Not all options are effective. but you can still build your game around it, if that's what you want. There's a lot to try. Talking with others, experimenting on equipment, helping scientists, exploring unpopulated planets, and many more. There are some survival elements. Sometimes you'll need to think everything through, and explore possible options to stay alive. Strategic thinking becomes the main thing here, especially if you set difficulty to high levels. Side genre may not be for everyone, but it can still get you. Replaying this game was an extremely positive experience, got kind of nostalgia. Honestly, this one is still great. Couldn't get enough of it. Space Rangers is one of the old games that shows big difference in comparison to modern ones. This isn't anything similar or even close to this one. The game has great replayability. You can easily spend hundreds of hours here. The price of the game is $15, but I'm not sure if that's the time when you want to grab it. 10 would be way more suitable. During sale it becomes $2. That's literally a steal. I strongly recommend you to at least check this game out, it's well worth it. I thank you for watching, and I would like to know, did you play this game? What do you think about it? Do you consider it a good game? Let me know in the comment section below. I fare you well, and I'll see you in the next video.